to another stay-at-home video from moi. um, yesterday we heard the passing of John Prine, great American songwriter, singer. I saw him like years ago when I first got to New York. I first started writing about music. I somehow got an interview with John Prine for this paper in Jersey. I don't remember what the name of the paper was. It was one of my first gigs as a writer. I was like, yeah. Had no idea who John Prine was at the time. So because having come back from Brazil after so long, you just don't get in touch with the Americana music. It's so funny that a lot of friends of mine like the Eagles and stuff, and the only song I ever knew was Hotel California because it was pretty much the only hits that the Eagles had in South America, at least in Brazil. So my guitarist who plays in the band, he says, "Oh, so the Eagles in Brazil, they're one-hit wonders." I said, "Well, I guess yes." Right? The Hotel California is huge, but that's pretty much it. I mean, I had never heard any other Eagles songs while I was living in Brazil, but Hotel California was like one of these songs that every damn cover band played. It's one of these things, right? Um, yeah, and so I did living in South America for so long. I did miss out on a lot of American music, a lot of bands that were not as global as, let's say, I don't know, Queen or Kiss or the Rolling Stones, um, like Journey. I mean, most of the Journey songs, I only knew the ones that everybody knows, like Don't Stop Believing and stuff like that. So, well, anyway, so I'd like to continue talking of the part two of three of my little Beatles remembrance, right? A lot of people say that Ringo was not very talented and he was not a very good drummer, but you listen to his drumming. I mean, I saw this video that had all these great rock drummers of today talking about how Ringo was innovative for his time, how he changed the face of rock drumming, and another one that compared Pete Best's drumming. Like the Pete Best was the drummer that the Beatles fired right before they made it big. Everybody thought it was so unfair. But you listen to Pete Best's drumming, he's just like while Ringo's drumming is like very very like creative, and he would come into the and in my personal view, I think Ringo was the Beatle that never really quit being a Beatle. Although the Beatles went their separate ways in 1970, he pretty much kept the Beatles together by playing with them. Basically, I mean, um, every single one of the former Beatles contributed to his albums. I mean, John Lennon wrote "I'm the Greatest." George Harrison contributed many songs with him, including "It Don't Come Easy." Although "It Don't Come Easy" is credited only to Ringo, later Ringo recognized that George had a hand in co-writing, and of course, "Photograph" was also co-written. All I've got is a photograph. You know that song? Kind of annoying because it just repeats over and over. But well, it's Ringo, and it's the way he does things. And I think he must be a wonderful guy. I never met the guy, but he must be a wonderful guy because he was the one who never. Although he did quit the Beatles in '68 during the White Album recordings, he said, I'm done with this, and he came back. And they finally allowed him to record a song he'd written back in 1963 or '62, "Don't Pass Me By," right? So it was his first sole songwriting credit on Beatles records. He only had four. He co-wrote "What Goes On" with Lennon and McCartney, right? So it was the only Beatle who ever broke the Lennon-McCartney. There was Lennon, Starkey, McCartney, "What Goes On." I think it was on Rubber Soul, or either the Rubber Soul or uh, Beatles for Sale. I'm not sure. I don't remember right now. And then he did "Don't Pass Me By." There was "Flying" that was co-written by all four Beatles, and finally "Octopus's Garden" that was on Abbey Road. right? And but he always had a track to sing. He sang "Boys," he sang "Little Help from My Friends." He even had "Good Night" on the White Album that he sang. Is John Lennon wrote it for his kid, and Ringo sang it, and among other songs, "Yellow Submarine," uh, "Honey Don't," and they're fun songs to listen to. "Honey Don't" Carl Perkins, great song by the way. And so I think that the people don't give Ringo his deserved respect, and I think he deserves more respect than people say he deserves, right? So um, here's here's to you. I know you don't drink, but here's to you. And I'm gonna end our video today with a song from the White Album that he wrote, his first full songwriting credit with the Beatles, and it's called "Don't Pass Me By." Here we go. Slightly out of tune. Sorry about that. Listen for the footsteps coming up the drive. Listen for the footsteps, but they don't arrive. Waiting for your knock, dear, on my old front door. I don't hear it. Does it mean you don't love me anymore? I hear the clock ticking on the mantel shelf. See the hands moving, but I'm by myself. I wonder where you are tonight, why I'm by myself. I don't see you. Does it mean you don't love me anymore? Don't pass me by, don't make me cry, don't make me blue. 'Cause you know, darling, I love only you. You never know, you hurt me so. How I hate to see you go, don't pass me by. Don't make me cry. Sorry that I doubted you, I was so unfair. You were in a car crash and you lost your hair. You said that you would be late about an hour or two. I said, that's alright, I'm waiting here, just waiting to hear from you. Don't pass me by, don't make me cry, don't make me blue. Also you know, darling, I love only you. You hurt me so. How I hate to see you go, don't pass me by. Don't make me cry. Okay, that was "Don't Pass Me By" Ringo Starr, Richard Starkey, as is credited on the record. So tomorrow I will finish my little Beatle tribute thing, because I did already 2 George Harrison songs. So I don't think you want to hear me talking more about George Harrison. So tomorrow I'll play my favorite John Lennon written song. Still credit Lennon McCartney, but my personal favorite Lennon song. I'll play it. I'll probably bring Flavinka out for that one. Okay. Okay, guys. So I'll see you all tomorrow. So cheers, be safe, and I'll see you all next time.